diplomatic missions and international organizations with your families, senior government officials, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning and a warm welcome to you all to the 2025 New Year reception generously hosted by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Chair of SADC, Dr. P.G. Nagawa. My name is Albert Zakaria. I'm the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, and I'll be your Director of Ceremonies for today. Your Excellency, allow me to extend our appreciation to you for inviting us all to stand out and for taking the time to meet and interact with members of the diplomatic community accredited to Zimbabwe. These are our very important partners as we seek to strengthen, broaden, and deepen our relations with different countries of the world. To begin our program this morning, I wish to thank you once again, Excellency, for taking time off your busy schedule. At this particular time, would like to invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Honorable Professor Dr. Amon Zubira, to deliver his remarks and to introduce the program. Honorable Minister.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, the Chairperson of the Southern African Development Community, Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe in absentia, Retired General Chiwenga, Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe in absentia, Retired ACD Mohari, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers, dear President, Chief Secretary, the President Cabinet, Dr. Martin Mushwaya, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Ambassador Albert Bangana Chimbinti, Your Excellency, Mr. James Sobunson, Head Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, and Ambassador of the Republic of Rwanda, Your Excellencies, Heads of diplomatic missions and international organizations and your families, senior government officials, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Your Excellencies, we acknowledge the presence of their Excellencies, Heads of diplomatic missions and international organizations for this New Year reception. We thank our host, His Excellency, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Chairperson of SADC, Dr. P.G. Nagawa, for the interaction and sharing of our perspectives on the year gone by and the prospects of the year 2025. Your Excellency and Your Excellencies, through our continued engagement with you, Your Excellencies, and Heads of diplomatic missions here present, both bilaterally and as a group, we have continued to explore ways of strengthening and deepening cooperation between the Republic of Zimbabwe and the respective countries and organizations we represent, in line with our posture of reaffirmation, engagement, and re-engagement, which is founded on our national doctrinal reference point, being a friend for an enemy to none. Your Excellencies, my sole task today is to introduce our host, our Chief Diplomat, His Excellency Dr. P.G. Nangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, the Chairperson of SADC. So, Let me begin by thanking you, Your Excellency, the President, for your leadership. You are leading exemplary commitment characterized by selfless dedication and hard work. And I suffice to say that we at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Affairs remain indebted to your true leadership in our efforts to strengthen relations with all countries across the world, some of which are represented here today. We remain committed to the doctrine of integrity, dignity, and prosperity of Zimbabwe that is a friend to all and an enemy to none, as well as being open for business. This gathering is a testimony to that cause. We are thus guided and inspired by your all-embracing doctrinal reference point that ensures that no one and no place is left behind, both at national scale and at the international stage. Your Excellencies, our host today is the country's chief diplomat and an embodiment of true friendship. He is a man who always works for a positive impact on our bilateral and multilateral cooperation here, characterized by dignified interactions that have mutual benefit. We shall continue to work tirelessly to advance His Excellency the President, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa's mission for a peaceful world, characterized by the sovereign equality of nations, where we all work together for shared prosperity. At this point, it is an honor and privilege to invite our host, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Chairperson of SADC, His Excellency Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, to address us. Your Excellency, sir.
May you be seated. Our Director of Ceremonies, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Honorable Professor Murira, the Chief Secretary of the President Cabinet, Dr. Shwaya, Permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs, International Trade, Ambassador Chimbidi, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps and Ambassador of the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency James Soni, Your Excellencies, heads of diplomatic missions and international organizations, senior government officials who are here, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to welcome you all to our traditional reception held at the commencement of every year. On behalf of the government and people of Zimbabwe, my family, and indeed on my own behalf, I extend greetings and best regards to you all, Your Excellencies, your respective staff and families. Your presence here today testifies the strong bonds of friendship that exist between Zimbabwe, the jurisdiction and institutions you represent. In particular, I welcome in a very special way new heads of mission, international organizations, and other diplomatic officials who have been accredited to our country since the last interaction of this nature. I wish you all a fruitful tour of duty in our beautiful country, Zimbabwe. May you please feel at home away from home. This gathering of heads of diplomatic missions and international organizations facilitates closer interaction between yourselves and the government of Zimbabwe. Undoubtedly, the global challenges that we face, such as climate change effects, conflict and war, coupled with the need to cater for youthful populations, the needs of women and vulnerable groups, all demand that we build greater consensus, deepen cooperation, and strengthen partnerships. My government is therefore keen to share perspectives with you on the policy thrust as well as our priority areas. Equally, we stand ready to draw lessons from the different jurisdictions you represent towards bettering the lives of our people and accelerating socio-economic prosperity of our respective countries. Your Excellencies, as you may be aware, our country has set out a national vision to become an empowered and prosperous upper middle income society by 2030. This has resulted in various political, economic, and legislative reforms, as well as the implementation of a broad array of people-centered projects to guarantee household food security, improve incomes, and develop critical enablers to propel the modernization and industrialization of our economy. The illegal economic sanctions, coupled with prevalence of climate change-induced natural disasters and the weather phenomenon, are negatively impacting our economy. However, domestic resource mobilization, diaspora remittances, and inflows of foreign direct investments are augmenting the national fiscus. Our people and economy are demonstrating extraordinary resilience, unity of purpose, innovation, and resourcefulness. The projected recovery in agriculture output is expected to drive economic growth to 6%, buoyed by the expected bumper harvest this year following a successful summer season. My government introduced the concept of village business units and nutritional gardens. Under the presidential drilling program, we are drilling boreholes in all our 35,000 villages. We thus invite your missions to partner these initiatives from the perspective of training and the capacity building, as well as value addition and the sourcing of export markets as we promote market-driven productivity. And our agriculture transformation strategy and the village business unity concept, Zimbabwe envisions improved incomes and higher standards of living for our grassroots communities, and to also contribute to global food security and nutrition for our people. In mitigating climate change, we are expanding dam construction, water conveying and resuscitating irrigation schemes. These initiatives provide scope for further partnerships, cooperation, and investments. The growth of the agricultural sector as the bedrock of our agriculture-based industry entails the need for retooling, expansion, and diversification of our manufacturing sector. I therefore challenge you, Your Excellencies, in your respective missions to promote investments along related value chains. Zimbabwe is a friend to all and an enemy to none. We are open for business, and your nationals are welcome to pursue investments in our mining sector and other subsectors of the economy. Further, leveraging our strategic central location in the southern region, we are determined to work with our neighbors and investors to expand and modernize the North-South corridor to enhance global supply chains and logistics. Support of green energy projects are critically important in our quest for ecological reforms as well as climate change mitigation and adaptation. We must therefore scale up collaboration in this sphere. We acknowledge the role you, as ambassadors, have played in promoting Zimbabwe as a favorable and enjoyable tourist destination. I thank you. Our national tourism sector has room for expansion across the various provinces of our country. I encourage you to scale up the promotion of investments and the people-to-people exchanges between Zimbabwe and your respective jurisdictions. Knowledge and skills sharing with regards to health, education, sports, arts, and culture should be intensified in our various cooperations, with emphasis on benefits that accrue to the youth and women of our respective countries. Africa, the SADC region, and indeed Zimbabwe, have repurposed their development towards the modernization, value addition, and industrialization of our economies. Riding on our abundant natural resources, science, technology, and innovation solutions, I exhort your missions to deliberately promote cooperation from your capitals around these aspects as we create stronger synergies for the Africa we all want. My government's foreign policy thrust of engagement and re-engagement has seen responsive policies which harness opportunities and manage divergency. Undoubtedly, the ongoing engagements have opened new frontiers of cooperation and partnerships. I commend you all for your role in advancing this focus area. Together, let us do more as we entrench a culture of dialogue in our international relations cooperation frameworks. In this spirit, Zimbabwe remains open for dialogue aimed at the total removal of illegal sanctions. I extend gratitude to our SADC family and African brothers and sisters who, for their principled support and solidarity as they amplify calls for the lifting of sanctions on Zimbabwe. We also recognize the support we are receiving from the group of friends in the defense of the United Nations Charter, the like-minded group and the non-aligned movement countries. Meanwhile, my government looks forward to positive outcomes of engagements with the international community under the arrears clearance and debt resolution process. The humanitarian aid, technical expertise, and moral support received last year from some of your countries and organizations following my declaration of the El Nino-induced drought as a national disaster was timely and greatly appreciated. I thank you. These acts of kindness remind us of the power of unity in overcoming challenges nations face. At a regional level, we launched a humanitarian appeal over US $5 billion. We once again thank all the countries that have responded and extended a helping hand. And again, I say thank you on behalf of Zimbabwe. Your Excellencies, as you are aware, in August 2024, the Republic of Zimbabwe assumed the chairmanship of the Southern Africa Development Community. In this role, our country shall continue promoting innovation to unlock opportunities for sustainable economic growth and development towards an industrialized SADC. On the peace and security challenges in our region, particularly in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, Zimbabwe is playing its part through SADC and the East African Community initiatives to find lasting peace in Eastern DRC. We continue to call for an immediate ceasefire and cessation of hostilities, as well as the pursuit of dialogue as a panacea for sustainable peace and stability in that region. We once again appeal for the provision of humanitarian assistance to the displaced persons from the international community in that region. At the broader international level, Zimbabwe is committed to the protection of multilateralism and upholding the principles of the United Nations Charter. The principles of equality and respect for each other's interests should always guide us in our interactions. There are no big or small nations when it comes to these issues. Zimbabwe's candidature for a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council for the term 2027 to 2028 has been endorsed by SADC and the African Union. We are grateful. Our candidacy is deeply rooted in our commitment to global peace and security, an inclusive, fair, and equitable international rule-based system. Zimbabwe appeals for the invaluable support of your respective governments in this quest, confident that we will serve with dedication, integrity, and resolute commitment to a more peaceful, just, and secure world for all. Your Excellencies, I invite your countries to participate at our premier trade exhibition, the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair. which is scheduled to take place in the city of Bulawayo from the 21st to 26th of April this year. This trade extravaganza avails an opportunity to strengthen, grow investments, and expand trade relations. Finally, Your Excellencies, as we look ahead, I reaffirm our government's commitment to fostering inclusive growth, consolidating democracy, and of course, constitutionalism, while ensuring peace and stability for the overall economic prosperity of our peoples. Through our multifaceted and people-centered development strategies, we are lifting more of our people out of poverty and prosperity. We look forward to journey this exciting path with you and the countries as well as organizations you represent. Together, let us navigate the complex challenges affecting our world and the immense opportunities presented before us. As bridge builders, people of Zimbabwe count on you to submit objective and factual reports to your respective capitals about Zimbabwe. May you find satisfaction and pride in taking our relations to a new level. Our doors remain open and arms outstretched as we dialogue and work in harmony towards a shared prosperity and a higher and a brighter future for our peoples. I'm requested to invite you to a toast, but I have nothing. No? Oh, it's there. Oh, okay. And I invite you all to join me to a toast. To your good health and that of your families, to our continued cooperation and friendship, and to a rewarding, fulfilling 2025. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe. And thank you.
I wish to thank the President, His Excellency, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, for his illuminating address. We thank you very much, Your Excellency. Please, may you give him a big round of applause. You may do with a second dose. Thank you very much. Thank you, Excellency. Thank you for the round of applause. I now invite the Dean of Ambassadors and Ambassador of the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency, Mr. James Musoni, to give us the vote of thanks. Ambassador, you have the floor.
Your Excellency, Dr. Emerson Dambuzo Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Chairman of SADC, Honorable Professor Amon Mudwira, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, the Republic of Zimbabwe, Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Martin Shwaya, Ambassador Chimbindi, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, my dear colleagues, ambassadors, and members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It's my pleasure and distinct honor to extend our heartfelt vote of thanks to Your Excellency, Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, for graciously hosting us today at the State House. This gathering is a testament to the long-standing friendship between the Republic of Zimbabwe and the diplomatic community, fostering deeper ties of cooperation and mutual understanding. Your Excellency, we take this opportunity to extend our warmest congratulations to you and the people of Zimbabwe in general for the assumption of the chairmanship of SADC. Can we celebrate this, please? This esteemed position is a recognition of Zimbabwe's unwavering commitment to regional integration, economic growth, and sustainable development. Under your able leadership, Your Excellency, we are confident that SADC will continue advancing its objectives of economic prosperity, peace, and security for all member states. Your Excellency, I would also like to congratulate you once again for the election of Honorable Coventry as the first female president of the International Olympic Committee. This is a Zimbabwe's testament to multilateralism and international engagement. This victory will not only uphold high the flag of Zimbabwe, but also that of Africa in general. Congratulations, Makorokoto. The diplomatic community deeply appreciates the cooperation and hospitality extended to our missions by the government of Zimbabwe. The conducive environment for diplomatic engagement enhances our ability to strengthen bilateral and multilateral relations for mutual benefit. In conclusion, Your Excellency, we want to reaffirm our commitment to working closely with the Republic of Zimbabwe in promoting our shared aspirations of peace, development, and prosperity. We thank Your Excellency, the government and the people of Zimbabwe, and we wish Zimbabwe continued success, peace, and stability. I thank you.
Yes, we thank the Dean of the Diplomatic Community for his statement. Thank you, Your Excellency. We will now proceed to the next part of the program, which provides an opportunity for Their Excellencies, the heads of mission and international organizations, to interact with our host and the guest of honor. So I will invite His Excellency to take his place to be able to greet Their Excellencies. Thank you, sir. I will invite protocol to usher their excellencies forward as I will briefly introduce each one to His Excellency the President. We will follow the order of precedence. Diplomats representing their heads of mission will be introduced after ambassadors have been introduced. We will start with ambassadors, to be followed by charge d'affaires ad interim or charge d'affaires, and thirdly, honorary consuls, and then representatives of international organizations. Your Excellency, I have the honor to present the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, the Ambassador of Rwanda. He will be followed by the Ambassador of Angola. The Ambassador of Angola will be followed by the Ambassador of Namibia. The Ambassador of Namibia will be followed by the Ambassador of Palestine, the State of Palestine. The Ambassador of the State of Palestine will be followed by the Ambassador of South Africa. And we will have the Ambassador of the Netherlands. South Africa? Okay. The Ambassador of the Netherlands will be followed by the Ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. That's the Ambassador of the Netherlands, to be followed by the Ambassador of Pakistan. The Ambassador of Pakistan will be followed by the Ambassador of Ethiopia. Then to be followed by the United Nations, Mr. Kalon. He will be followed by the Ambassador of Brazil. He will be followed by the Ambassador of Botswana. Botswana will be followed by the Ambassador of Turkey. Turkey will be followed by the Ambassador of Italy. And Madam. To be followed by the Ambassador of the Kingdom of Spain. Followed by the Ambassador of Tanzania. Tanzania, to be followed by Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. To be followed by the Ambassador of Canada. And Canada will be followed by the Ambassador of Algeria. Algeria to be followed by the Ambassador of Belarus. Then the the ambassador of Mozambique. Mozambique to be followed by the ambassador of India. India to be followed by the ambassador of France. And France to be followed by the ambassador of Cuba. Cuba to be followed by the ambassador of Greece. Greece should be followed by the Papal Nuncio. To be followed by the ambassador of Singapore. Singapore to be followed by Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire to be followed by the ambassador of Uganda. The ambassador of Uganda to be followed by the ambassador of DPRK. DPRK to be followed by the ambassador of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The ambassador of the UK. I'll then the ambassador of the Republic of Korea. The ambassador of the USA, and of course, the ambassador of Zambia is here. The ambassador of Australia. Followed by the ambassador of Serbia. I now have the honor to present Charge d'Affaires in Charge d'Affaires ad interim. I start with Malaysia. I will introduce the Charge d'Affaires of Portugal. To be followed by Japan, the ambassador of Japan. Sorry, ambassador. Sorry, we apologize. And then the Charge d'Affaires of South Sudan. the Chargé d'Affaires of Malawi, the Chargé d'Affaires of Ghana, the Chargé d'Affaires of Indonesia, the Chargé d'Affaires of Kenya, the Chargé d'Affaires of UAE, United Arab Emirates, the Chargé of the EU delegation, the Chargé d'Affaires of the People's Republic of China, the Chargé d'Affaires of Switzerland, the Chargé d'Affaires of Egypt, and the Chargé d'Affaires of the DRC. To be followed by the Chargé d'Affaires of Romania, next, I want to introduce honorary consuls. I'll start with the honorary consul of Kazakhstan. We have the Chargé d'Affaires of Nigeria. And then the Honorary Consul of Jamaica. The Honorary Consul of Ireland. And then I will introduce the Chargé d'Affaires of Equatorial Guinea. I will now introduce heads of international organizations. Oh, we have the Consul of Belgium, sorry. And then we have the Honorary Consul of Cyprus, Belgium, Cyprus, to be followed by Czech. In the Chargé d'Affaires of Norway, Norway, for international organizations, we start with Afreximbank, to be followed by ARIPO, to be followed by CIMMYT, CIMIT, to be followed by IFRC, to be followed by MEFMI, to be followed by UN8. To be followed by UN8, to be followed by UNDP, to be followed by UNESCO, to be followed by UNHCR, to be followed by UN Women, to be followed by the World Bank, to be followed by UNFPA, that completes the list that I have. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We may take our seats. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Chairperson of SADC, Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Professor Dr. Amon Mugwira, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers here present, the Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. M. Rushwaya, Your Excellency, Mr. James Musoni, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps and Ambassador of the Republic of Rwanda, Your Excellencies, heads of diplomatic missions, international organizations, and your families, senior government officials here present, distinguished guests. This marks the end of our official program today. Thank you all for honoring the invitation and for making this important occasion a success that it is. Tatenda Siyabonga, I think we need to clap for ourselves. As I assume we are all galvanized to get into the new year and have success. But before you go, in my culture, we have a saying that is loosely translated as a relationship is incomplete until parties share a meal. At this point, therefore, allow me, on behalf of our host and the guest of honor, His Excellency the President of the Republic, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, to invite you all to enjoy the meal prepared for you as we interact further to strengthen the relations between Zimbabwe and your respective countries and organizations. I thank you. Your Excellency, we have ended the program. You may wish to lead